Hello everyone, welcome to our session on thermodynamics for polymer engineering. Before we dive into complex polymers, we must first define the world we are studying. In thermodynamics, we divide the universe into two parts: the system, which is the specific part we are studying, like the resin inside an extruder, and the surroundings, which is everything else. Separating them is the boundary, a real or imaginary surface that determines how energy and matter move in and out. Okay, for types of system, how that boundary behave determines the type of system. In an open system, like an open beaker of boiling monomer, both mass and energy cross the boundary freely. If we put a lid on it, it becomes a closed system. Energy can still cross as heat or work, but mass stays trapped inside. Finally, an isolated system, like a perfectly insulated thermos, allows neither energy nor matter to escape or enter. Okay, next is properties and equilibrium. So if we look at properties, extensive properties such as mass and volume depend on the size of your sample. If you double the amount of polymer, the volume doubles. However, for intensive properties like temperature or pressure remain the same regardless of the amount. When all these properties P, pressure, V, volume, T, temperature are uniform throughout the system, we say it is in thermodynamic equilibrium. This is our baseline for our calculation. Next is for the path of change. There is 5 processes. When a system moves from one state to another, it follows a path. We track 5 main processes. There is isothermal, where temperature stay fixed throughout the process. Adiabatic, no heat flows in or out, dq equal to 0. Isobaric process, pressure remains constant throughout the process, so dp equal to 0. Isochoric process, volume is locked, no changes in volume, so dv is 0. And lastly, cyclic, where the system eventually returns to its exact initial state. So here the internal energy will become 0. And lastly, for reversibility and direction, please remember that real engineering is messy. Reversible processes are actually imaginary processes. They are infinitesimally slow and perfectly ideal. In the real plant, processes are irreversible. They are fast, spontaneous, and move in one direction. Thermodynamics help us predict the direction of this change, even if it doesn't tell us how long they will take. So this is the summary for lecture 1. Thank you guys.
Please answer the following questions based on today's lesson. 1. System identification. If you are cooling a solid polymer block in an insulated container that does not allow air to enter or exit, which of the 3 types of systems are you dealing with? 2. Property logic. Why is density considered an intensive property even though it is calculated using mass and volume, which are extensive? 3. Process scenario. During a polymer foaming study, a gas is heated in a piston cylinder at a constant pressure of 150 kilopascals. Name this specific thermodynamic process and its governing mathematical condition. 4. The real path. Explain why stretching a polymer film quickly in an industrial setting is considered an irreversible process rather than a reversible one.